basically, this is an image pulled from the internet that I got, showing the anterior aspect of the lower limb with all its arteries. So, starting at the top here in the pelvis, we have the external iliac artery. The external iliac artery passes beneath the inguinal ligament. To refresh memory, the inguinal ligament is from the anterior superior iliac spine to the pubic symphysis, and it passes beneath the midpoint of this ligament. It's now known as the femoral artery, as it passes the inguinal ligament, and it gives off a branch known as the deep femoral artery of the thigh. The deep femoral artery of the thigh gives off two branches: the lateral femoral circumflex artery and the medial femoral circumflex artery. The lateral femoral circumflex artery actually has a long artery here descending on the shaft of the femur, whereas the medial femoral circumflex will find mainly in the region of the head and neck of the femur. It is the main vessel supplying the head of the femur, and so if it's damaged, the head of the femur actually loses all blood supply and dies. So, continuing descent, the femoral artery. Imagine this is where we'll find the adductor magnus muscle. Now we're not seeing it here, but the adductor magnus has adductor hiatus, and the femoral artery descends into the hiatus of the adductor magnus muscle, and upon re-emerging on the posterior side of the limb, it is now known as the popliteal artery. The popliteal artery gives off descending genicular arteries, genicular meaning knee, and so genicular arteries are arteries that supply the knee region. The popliteal artery, apart from giving off genicular arteries, it also terminates into two branches: the anterior and posterior tibial arteries. So here we see the popliteal artery in the back and the posterior surface of the knee. It's in a different shade, I don't know if you see it that well. The anterior tibial artery re-emerges onto the anterior surface by piercing the interosseous membrane and actually lies within the anterior compartment, lying on top of the interosseous membrane. The anterior tibial artery we'll find would then, in reaching the ankle, is now known as the dorsalis pedis. The dorsalis pedis will then form this dorsal arch, right? And it gives off dorsal digital branches. We're going to the posterior side. I'll show you in another one. We'll see here. Let me just go on one time. I didn't use this before because it didn't show the inguinal ligament. So, on the posterior side, here we see where the anterior artery has pierced the interosseous membrane to go back onto the anterior surface. So the posterior tibial artery here gives off a branch known as the fibular peroneal artery. So the posterior tibial artery, as it descends at the back of the ankle, it gives off a lateral plantar artery and a medial plantar artery. And the lateral plantar artery will form the lateral part of the plantar arch. What else could be said? The fibula and the posterior tibia both supply the flexor muscles in the leg, and the fibular artery sends branches to the fibularis muscle. And well, that's basically it. Thanks, hope it helps.